This is the all-new Suzuki GSX-8R. I just picked this thing up as our new giveaway bike, and this is kind of a big deal. This is an all-new bike for Suzuki. New frame, new plastics, new engine. They don't really do that often. But I've got some burning questions. Can it really satisfy us hardcore sport bike guys? How quick is this thing really? And can you really use it as an all-day comfortable machine? Well, let's hear how it sounds first, and then let's keep answering those questions. Nice little parallel twin coming to life, and as I mentioned, it's a giveaway motorcycle, so head over to yamanoob.co, get your chances locked in by becoming a member. You can stack up your entries, apply them towards this bike and any future giveaway bikes as well. You'll get access to exclusive content, our infamous Discord server, and discounts on your Twisted Road rentals. If none of that sounds good to you, you can always get a hat, a t-shirt, a hoodie, anything you want, and every dollar you spend will be an entry to win, subject to a cool multiplier. Now, I mentioned it's an all-new motorcycle. Let's familiarize ourselves a little bit more with the Suzuki GSX-8R. The GSX-8R is not some fire-breathing, world-ending sport bike, and despite the 8 leading you to believe it's going to be a bump up in displacement over a GSX-R 750, this bike actually features a 776cc 270-degree crank parallel twin, making 81 horsepower and 57 foot-pounds of torque. And look, if you're expecting some super rowdy sport bike, you're probably going to be a little bit disappointed. But I think this thing is interesting in that it's sort of a spiritual successor to the late 90s and early 2000s sport touring motorcycles like the venerable Honda VFR. I mean, check out how this bike sits. I'm gonna swing a leg over it. It's actually really comfortable. It fits like a big Ninja 400. It is not super leaned over, and even more so than an R7 or an RS660, which this bike competes against, it's very comfortable. I mean, you see my reach to the bars. Bend in my back is hardly pronounced at all. This is a bike you could actually ride for a very, very long time. There's a lot to discuss with this machine. Suzuki's featuring a new cross balancer shaft with the engine. It's got a low RPM assist, an easy start system. We're doing a whole detailed X-ray style video in the shop with this bike, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And of course, we're doing a super detailed first ride and impression coming out tomorrow that's gonna cover everything you'd wanna know about this machine. And I'll give you a little spoiler alert, the Suzuki is a bit of a surprising machine. But again, I really want to hear this thing, rev it up a little bit. It's a nice place to sit. This thing actually feels like one of those old school, you know, VFRs, those sort of bikes, and I just really like the whole vibe of it, you know? It's a little pedestrian, but I gotta say, I really enjoy it, but I really do want to get an exhaust on this bike. Let's talk about the modifications we've got planned for the GSX-8R. So obviously this motorcycle is a little bit quiet, but don't you worry, we have plans to fix that. We've got a full exhaust system on order for this machine, and because this motorcycle shares basically the same running gear as a GSX-8S, we're gonna see if the full exhaust system is going to fit. Perhaps some modifications are gonna have to happen because as we've shown in the X-ray video you guys are gonna see later on this week, this full exhaust is a one welded piece system. That means that in order for you to make it sound louder, you gotta swap out the whole thing. And don't worry, we're also going to flash this machine as well. Now, I think that the GSX-8R is a bit of a sports touring weapon. You guys know my opinion on sports touring is a little vast and varied, but really look at the ergonomics of this thing, and I really want to get some mods that can make it truly live up to that hype. I think some heated grips, cruise control, maybe some better longer distance style tires, maybe even some luggage. The mind tends to wander. Now, you did notice I mentioned that we have to add on cruise control because even though this bike is ride-by-wire, there's no cruise control, which is a big miss in my opinion. So we might add a mechanical cruise control by way of a throttle lock. This motorcycle's MSRP is a little over $9,500, meaning that out the door it's gonna be close to 11,000 bucks. Now, some of you might be saying, yeah, that's a lot of money for a motorcycle that doesn't have a 6-axis IMU, over 100 horsepower, or anything else, but I think that the Suzuki actually strikes a really nice blend between the current middleweight crop, like the Aprilia RS660 and R7, and bikes that are shooting a little bit higher, like the MT-09 or maybe in a Duke 990. All right, if you made it this far into the video, how about a little treat? Let me show you a quick 0 to 60 test on this machine and maybe some other flyby footage.
All right,
right, guys, we are super excited to feature the GSX-8R here on the channel. We're going to have it for a good 3 months or so. Putting my money where my mouth is, I did talk a little bit of BS about this motorcycle in some list videos, but, you know, I bought this thing. We're going to check it out. We're going to modify it. We're going to enjoy it as much as possible. If you guys want to see anything specific with this motorcycle, let me know down in the comments below. Hit me up on our Discord server. Chat with me, and we'll get this thing all nice and sorted. Remember, we got tons of mods for this thing. It's going to be really cool. Go to the website. Make sure you get signed up over on Yamini.co. Become a member. That's the best chance to get entered to win this awesome machine. With all that being said, I'm going to go and take off with this bike because I think I got to keep riding it and keep understanding what it's all about. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later. Whoa! Quick shift up to about 90 miles an hour there. Yeah, buddy. Sure, yeah. Keep watching Yami Noob.